Well, hello, people of YouTube. I am going to do a series of slipcover videos. Yes, my channel is primarily music, and I'm going to only do a few of these, keeping in mind that the primary theme of my channel is music, but occasionally I like to do something different. And I just want to show you a slipcover that I've made. Because there are a lot of people who like to watch slipcover videos and get ideas and inspiration. So I thought I would show my slipcovers, or my slipcover. Actually, I've got another one I'll show you. But anyway, I did this a couple of years ago. I had gone online wanting to have a slipcover made for my chair. It's an old chair, 15 years old. It was very tired looking. I thought about either, reupholstering it or having it slip covered or buying a new chair. And then after realizing that I was spending anywhere from probably as much as $600 to $800 to have a slipcover made, and that much to reupholster it, and a couple of $1,000 for a new chair. Like anybody, I have a very limited budget, and I just didn't have those kind of funds. So I decided I would try to make my own slipcover and tackle that project. And I went on YouTube. YouTube has a lot of really good videos on how to make slipcovers, which is why I'm not going to show you me sewing and doing all that. It's already been done here anyway. But if you want a good videos, I would recommend Miss Mustard Seed. Miss Mustard Seed is one person you could view her videos. She has some excellent videos on how to make slipcovers for furniture. And so I watched her videos and a few other type videos and read some instructions. And I'm not a seamstress. I can sew, and I have a sewing machine, but I'm not that fond of sewing. But I decided, well, I've made pillows, I've made other things, so I can tackle this. So I did, of course, and I'll just show you some of the details. The hardest part was this tea cushion. It was like, I call it a week in hell. It took me about a week to make this. Somebody else could make it in, less than half a day, but I mean, I'm not used to that. I had to use a template to map out a pattern. I used brown craft paper, and then had to sew a zipper in the back, and it was hell. But it was worth it in the end. I said a lot of cuss words. I cuss like a sailor when I'm sewing because I get so frustrated. And anyway, here, and I did the arms, and they were a little difficult because they were sort of a circular type thing, but I managed to do it. There's a skirt. I did not put piping on here because, I was very new to doing anything like this. This is the first time I ever made a slipcover. But I decided, since I had such a bold pattern, that it really didn't matter if I had piping on it. I mean, the pattern itself, my mother calls it my watermelon chair, but it's actually roses. The pattern itself, I think, was enough. So I left off the piping, but I might attempt some of it with my recliner chair. Now I'm going behind to show you, these are the ribbon ties, because anytime you make a slipcover, you need a big opening so that you can put the slipcover over the whole chair. You don't want it to be too tight where it's going to tear if you put it back on. So I just did ribbon ties. And I'm particularly proud of these scroll arms. Another week in hell, maybe more, project. Some people say, oh, I've seen some people say, oh, it only took me a day or two to do this. It took me a month because I didn't know what I was doing. But it was worth it. The total cost to do this chair, that's material, thread, zipper, was almost $100, which $100 is pretty cheap for any kind of furniture. I mean, you could probably go to the Goodwill and not just buy a regular chair for that in bad condition. It depends on the material you get. I kept it relatively cheap. And really it was kind of pricey in the sense I'd seen some material for $6.98 a yard, but this was $9.98 a yard. But I love the material, so I said, I'll go a little more for it. So material can be anywhere from $6.98 a yard on up to $40 a yard. I guess you could get even cheaper material in some places. I've heard of people getting it for $3.95 a yard, or they use, if they want that kind of linen white sofa look, they get drop cloths at Home Depot, and they work well and they're cheaper. But I went a little bit more, and to me it was worth it because I have a chair for around $100 that my friends say that it looks like it's been reupholstered. They like what I did with it, and they compliment me on it a lot. So I'm proud of the way it turned out, and I just wanted to show you that project, and I will post a few more upholstery videos in the future.